Now, let's get into our Just for Fun segment. And since Halloween is coming up, it can be a scary season for a lot of people. So let's talk about each team and what is each team scared of. I'll go first here. I got, and these have been randomly assigned, by the way. I got Vandy. I'm going to say Vandy is scared of Greg Sankey, commissioner of the SEC, because they're probably scared that he's going to say, all right, Vandy, you got to go.
Yeah.
So you guys, it's been a fun run, but you might want to go to another conference. So
Right. We don't need your baseball and basketball teams that bad.
right. So
We'll be fine with Oklahoma and Texas in a couple of years. So.
Exactly. Yeah, as I say, he's got that old big money coming in. So he's like, I'm good. So yeah, so I'm gonna say for them, LSU. I'm gonna say underachieving because they've got a huge recruiting hotbed of talent there to draw from, and they just haven't performed this year and last year. Obviously, 2 years ago, a completely different story. But seeing as how much talent they're able to recruit out of there, and just in general around the country too, they should be doing a lot better. So I think they're afraid of underachieving with that talent.
Maybe they're scared of coaches' buyouts at this point. Aren't they still playing?
I was gonna say that's true. That would be, gosh, I don't even know how many buyouts they've got going on right now. I don't know. I don't know if Ed O will be the only one. I don't know if they're still paying Les Miles.
I would imagine they're not paying less. Most of those buyouts have a condition to where when you get hired on at a different school, you don't get the buyout anymore.
Yeah.
And he got picked up by Kansas State or whatever. No, Kansas.
Kansas, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then he got fired by Kansas.
Well, regardless, Orgeron's got a hefty buyout. Unless they can find some reasons not to, which I know they're exploring.
Which may be coming down the pike.
But if they are unable to do that, yeah, I'd be scared of that too. A&M, I'm going to say they're afraid of success. And look, hear me out on this. I'm not just being a hater, okay? Because as a Georgia fan, I could say we have been too in the past. But I mean, just for the amount of money that they're paying Jimbo Fisher to be there, and for the amount of talent that comes out of the state of Texas that they're able to draw from. And they have major potential, almost every year for the past several years. And look, I'm not discounting their performances. I think it was last year or the year before, we had some A&M fans come at us about A&M's defense and how they're one of the best in the country, which statistically later on in the season, that was especially the case. So look, I'm not hating on A&M. If anything, I'm saying that the potential is there for that success. It's almost like it's there, but they just can't grasp it. You know what I mean? So anyway, and then like we said, this year, it's like you have all these letdown games, and then poof, out of nowhere, you have the game of your life against Alabama and do the unthinkable there. So yeah, they're an interesting one. Arkansas, I'm going to say Georgia, just specifically for this year, not in general, because they were just the hype story of the year, and then they just ran into a buzzsaw in Athens and just haven't been the same since.
Well, they went on a 3-game skid after that too, so that didn't help.
Right, and I say, obviously they got the win last week, as they should. It was a tune-up game. Maybe that gets them back on the right track. And then in Mississippi State, I was just trying to think, what is a pirate scared of? The British Royal Navy. So that's all I got for them. I can't think of anything else. So, and then Bama, well, the only thing that they have to fear is fear itself, I think.
Awful.
And if years past are any indication, seriously though, I think everyone in Alabama who's not named Nick Saban is scared of Nick Saban. And I think that's been like the formula of success over the years is we're just terrified of what Nick's going to do to us in practice or what drills we're going to have to go through. And nobody wants to get yelled at or spanked. So, yeah. Although, hey, if this week's an indication, maybe Saban's flipping over a new leaf. Chill Saban. The let's not worry about
Bro-
the mental lapses, Saban.
Bro Saban.
Bro, it's like, oh my gosh,
Whoa, welcome to Alabama, bro.
It's like he got influenced by Joey Freshwater a little bit too much there. He's
no, no.
just
Jesse be coming through the camera at you right
just
now.
hanging out. No, I'm just trying to picture a bro Saban. Hey man, yeah, no, I can't do it. All right, and then Tennessee, obviously we talked about this a little bit earlier, whether rational or not. In some cases, it certainly is. I feel like all the posts I've been seeing from Tennessee fans indicate that they're scared of the referees at this point. So
the SEC officiating office in particular.
Yeah, and they certainly have struggled this year, not just with Tennessee, but with many schools. I feel like it's getting a lot of attention, though. It seems like while it seems like it has affected Tennessee a little bit, it seems like it's not as widespread. You know what I mean? It can't just point to a bunch of games in 1 week. Maybe it's one or two instead of a bunch of games where you're like, man, this is just egregious. So yeah. Anyway, that's what I've got for what is each team scared of. Matt, what teams do you have, and what are they scared of?
For me, I said Kentucky is scared of someone poaching Mark Stoops. We've seen that Mark Stoops has been successful at Kentucky. He's on track, I think, for next season if he continues to win games like he is. It may be this season, but he's going to surpass Bear Bryant as Kentucky's all-time winningest coach here sometime in the next season or two. And he's done a great job of turning a basketball school also into a football school. And, there's a lot of excitement around that program right now. And I know that if I was the Kentucky athletic director, I'd be doing everything in my power to make sure that he's not entertaining any options or offers from other schools that may be looking for head coaches here soon. Texas Tech just fired their head coach today. So
yeah,
there's the coaching carousel's already started. Well, that in Washington State canning their head coach. So not that I think Stoops would leave for those two schools, but you never know.
Apparently he's among the 20 highest paid coaches in college football even now. So, right.
Well, Kentucky wants to keep him around, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
I said Mizzou, defense, apparently. Mizzou's not done a real good job as far as playing defense. Their defenses look kind of rough, especially their run defense in particular. They're down near the bottom of the barrel, so definitely that. For Auburn, their biggest fear right now is Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, aka Bo Nix, because Bo Nix is one of those individuals that he's either great or he's not so great. And going into these next couple big games, they got to play Ole Miss, they got to play Alabama. It's a question of who's going to show up, and I don't think anybody wants Dr. Jekyll to show up because Dr. Jekyll's not going to be able to do what he's supposed to do. He's going to, throw incomplete passes, throw interceptions, make poor pocket choices. They want Mr. Hyde, who's going to go out there and completely demolish an SEC defense. Georgia,
which one was the bad one in the story? Which one was the bad one?
Well, the bad one's Mr. Hyde.
Okay,
but I'm saying you want the bad.
you want
you don't want the academic. You don't want the academic at quarterback.
You mean bad like the kids say it.
Yes.
I got you.
Yeah, sorry. I meant a little bit of a disconnect as far as where I was going with that.
No,
for Georgia, I said another letdown.
Shut your mouth.
George. I'm just saying, Georgia sports have been through a lot. We all remember all those perennial runs at the World Series for the Braves. By the way, Braves in the World Series. Woo!
Yep.
All those perennial NL East titles that the Braves never did anything with. Georgia hasn't won a national championships in 30. Wait, no, I can't do math. This is why I don't teach math. What's 121 minus 80? 41 years. Yeah, there we go.
I knew the answer, but I was just waiting because I've heard it. I don't know how many times.
Yeah, I know. You hear it all the time. It's been 41 years since Georgia won their last national championship.
Don't forget about the Falcons too. There's all kinds of Georgia sports stuff you can throw in there.
New England Super Bowl a couple of, was it 28-7 or just there's
a lot too little.
So many bad things associated with Georgia athletics, not just the University of Georgia, but just the state in general.
Here's hoping that this is the start of things. Maybe the Braves can turn things around. Let's hope that Georgia can. I know you don't, but
Listen, I was talking with a buddy of mine who's an Auburn fan And he said that he would forego a Braves World Series to keep Georgia from winning a national title.
See, I don't want to sacrifice either of them, but I don't. Gosh, if I had to pick, I don't know who I would. I mean, because I really like both teams. I guess I'd have to say a Georgia national championship because hey, it's been since 1980. The Braves at least won it in 1995. So there's a few years to spare there. So, but man, I don't want to have to pick.
I could tell you that I'd take that deal too. Just and I would hate that for you, Wes, because you're actually a rational human being and can use your frontal lobe for something other than just eating and turning air into carbon dioxide, unlike most of your fan base. Yeah, I went there.
Thank you. I
think. So yeah, I don't want Georgia winning national championship. My work environment would be awful with all the Georgia fans I work with. Every kid that I teach would be like, "Hey, we won a national title." I'd be like, "Son, you've been here for 5 years. You literally have a frame of reference this tiny when it comes to your fandom at UGA. Okay?
Right.
Call me when you guys are 2-8 and you haven't won anything in like 3 years. Go back to 1993, and then we'll talk." The other thing for Georgia, I said, was giving up touchdowns. Georgia's defense right now is averaging 6.6 points per game. They're not giving up points to anybody in the conference right now. I looked up the stats and I lost it. 2 seconds. According to ESPN, Georgia has given up 36 points in the conference in 5 games. So they don't give up touchdowns. There's
been a lot of teams that have given up that much in one game.
So. Right. Well, the next closest team as far as that goes is Auburn, and Auburn has given up 76 points. So that should tell you something about Georgia's defense. They're pretty lights out. South Carolina, the end zone is what I think they're scared of. I know that's a running joke anytime. Be like, you see that joke on like chain letters and stuff where police were called to so-and-so's campus today to investigate a white line. It's called the goal line. They'd never seen it before. But seriously, South Carolina is scared to death of the end zone. They have 21 points per game this season, which is the second lowest in the conference. And it's obviously a bit of an issue for them, as we've seen. For Florida, I said another quarterback controversy. Mullen has his hands full as far as what to do with his quarterbacks. I think he's going to solve that.
Response to the quarterback controversy early in the season was that the first couple of games. He's like, "What? What are you talking about?
What
are you talking about? We don't have a controversy."
You got a controversy, Dan. If the press is bringing it up, you've got one. So yeah, I'm saying that Florida fans are like, we just want to play football and get away from this, and we don't want anything to do with what's going on with that. And then for Ole Miss, I said golf balls and mustard bottles. It's low-hanging fruit. I took it. So, yeah.
Hey, they can be dangerous when used in certain ways.
They can be highly dangerous. Range balls at high velocity could hurt somebody.
Yeah. Mustard bottles at high velocity, depending on the contents.
Well, again, it depends if you're getting French. If you got French's, maybe. French's has got more of a vinegar base to it.
Yeah.
What you really need to watch out for is that the German mustard, because it comes in whole kernels of mustard. Yeah, in the glass bottle.
Yes, the glass
stuff
bottle
will jack you up. That'll mess you up.
That I would be more scared of that than a golf ball, because
I would be too.
Yeah. Don't hurt yourself there.
Good stuff.
Got so excited about that he got choked up, but yeah.